I'm sorry, I'm going to cut your hair, but this is what we do for living. Thank you so much for allowing me.
Have you ever heard the term human hair before? I have. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. The first few times I heard it, I thought it was just a special brand of hair that sells really good hair in high quality that mimics actual human beings' hair. And there are hairs that fall into this category. But later on, I got to find out that it could also mean exactly what the name implies, as in hair that is sourced from the hair of another human's head, usually Asian women's hair, and sold with the target audience being largely black women at crazy expensive prices. It can go from $500 to $1,000 or even more. The hair industry is a multi-million-dollar industry. Wigs of all kinds, lace, closure, bundles, in whatever forms they come in, are great money-making enterprise in today's world and have been for some time now, especially in black cultures. Women wear wigs for different reasons: for fashion, beauty, enhancement, and of course, to protect your natural hair. We're going to come back to that last reason. So guys, before I begin, I will show this video that is currently making rounds on social media and say my thoughts on this.
So hey beautiful guys, we're here today in a raw donor factory. As you can see, we have this young teenager girl and my name is Unethical. I'm sorry, I'm going to cut your hair, but this is what we do for living. Thank you so much for allowing me. So I just wanted to show you guys how we get the baby teen hair. It's gotten from a real Vietnamese hair and we're just going to do the cutting. So I had to take permission from them to do the cutting because I want to prove to you guys that we sell raw donor, and that's raw donor. We are in the factory and we will take you around. So we'll start the process. All right. Okay. Hold on. I think I have to go like this. Oh my gosh! We're baby! Finally, we have a single donor raw baby teen hair. I'm so happy. Thank you for letting me cut your hair. Thank you so much. I love you. Ciao. Anyway, so single donor hair.
Now, there are a lot of disturbing things about that video, and let's start with the fact that the victim is a minor. Yes, I said victim. That's a teenager being made to sell her hair. Her hair is cut off, quite shabbily I might add, by this foreign stranger who smiles widely and patronizingly with pupils almost forming dollar signs while she looks into the eyes of this girl and says, "I love you," after cutting her hair to sell and making her hug her. There are so many layers to how effed up that scene was, and honestly that barely scrapes the depths of how exploitative and unethical the human hair industry is. I'm centering black women in this conversation because no matter how we want to argue that all races of women wear wigs, we cannot be dishonest enough to say that black women are not the largest and main consumers of these wigs. It's like, I'll be the first to tell you that black women can do whatever they want to do with their hair, and they do, but that doesn't make criticizing certain practices a taboo. If you watched that video and felt a tiny flicker of discomfort, good. You still have a bit of self-awareness in you. If you felt it but you don't know why, I'll point out certain possibilities as to why that scene was borderline creepy. The unethical part of it. These vendors or hair suppliers are flying to these countries and having lower class women sell their hairs in order to make a quick buck. And you can say, but no one forced them to do it now. And it's true. But the fact remains that these procedures, like in the videos, are only done on poor women who want to cater for their families. It has a feel of modern day slavery. It feels like I just watched a part of someone being sold, like a woman being made to sell one kid to feed the rest of the family. Do you think these women are being compensated enough for the prices these hairs end up being sold for when made into a wig? The creepy part. Some people believe that hairs carry energy and a life of its own, which, is ironic because the hair is actually dead cells. But hair is important to women, okay? It symbolizes a lot of things for women. It symbolizes beauty, femininity, status, class, whatever you want to call it, culture, race, tradition, things like that. And to have a piece of some stranger somewhere in the world just sitting on top of your head like that is kind of odd. I'm not very superstitious, but I do believe that there's a level of creepiness as to how we fetishize these straight hair bundles that come from other people's heads. It's to the point where we have dehumanized them so much that you see an Indian or Vietnamese woman and you just think, ah, hair bundles. You don't even see them as human beings first. You see them as something you can just own. A part of them, that is their hair. The covetousness of someone else's literal hair and the desire to wear it on top of yours like some sick cosplay is concerning. I saw a TikTok once of this Indian girl with really long hair who had so many black women in her comment section being insanely embarrassing, openly fantasizing and salivating over her hair and how to convert it into a wig for them, just out in the open like that. Like no secret group chat to hide the weird behavior and preserve our collective shame and dignity, just out there like that for other races to see. Honestly, if I was Asian, I would be scared of you hoes. It's like someone saying, oh my god, I love this girl's skin because she's black. I wish I could skin her alive and wear her skin. It's like, hold on, ma'am. 911? That's what I would be reaching for my phone to call the police. Are you crazy? I mean, I'd be actually terrified. It's giving Hannibal Lecter. Not only is this a bad look for black women, it's also affirming the stereotype that black women are generally bald or they have bad hair or deep self-hatred for their own hair. And we all know that black women, just like other women of other races, can grow beautiful, luscious hair. Our hair textures are just different, and the process of growing it out and maintaining it is different as well. And then you say, oh, white women, this is the hair we actually want, not your own, like it's some sort of own. No, that's sick. And you people terrify me. Stop coveting thy neighbor's hair. You literally cannot do this and not admit that you have deep inferiority complex. It's impossible to not have inferiority complex if you have this mindset. This is just a blatant lie, and the first way to get help is admitting that you actually have a problem. What does race have to do with this? All women wear wigs. Yes, all women wear wigs. At some point in their lives they have, or they will, or they do. But women of other races that wear wigs do not wear afro-textured wigs or clip-ins. They wear wigs that mimic or look like their own natural hairs. Can you imagine if they did? They look crazy, and y'all would eat them up for breakfast and dinner. I once made a video called Why You Are Not Beautiful, and one of the subtopics in it was someone benefits greatly from you being ugly or insecure. I'm paraphrasing. They put bugs in our ears and tell us how to think and what to believe, and many fall for it. I remember when these giant Mickey Mouse boots, okay, I'm digressing because I like to speak with examples, but I remember when these red Mickey Mouse boots came and everybody agreed that it was ugly, like stop trying to make fetch happen, And suddenly the influencers were popping out wearing them, the celebrities were wearing them, and they were all over the place. And then everybody was starting to go, well, these boots are not that bad, they actually kind of give. And I'm pretty sure I remember a time when everybody considered Crocs to be ugly. Probably had something to do with the fact that Jason from Friday the 13th was the only model. But now it's like almost everybody's got one. My point is, money is power. Your insecurity benefits the people up there, and they will do anything to keep it that way. If the big guys up there want you to like something in order to benefit their pockets, they are going to make you like it, even if it means you hate a piece of yourself. That's capitalism for you. Throw in a little racism and we have this mess. The black women we look up to, our idols, the women on billboards, how many of them wear their natural hairs? How many black female influential figures do we actually know what their natural hair look like? I only know Chimamanda. If you cannot see that there is a deliberate warping of what a black woman should look like, a purposeful portrayal of the black woman's image, then I don't know what to tell you because it's working. All this culminates into a deep dissatisfaction with our natural looks, so that we resort to what I call hair covetousness. It's to the point where white people don't even have to say, hey, I won't hire you because your hair is natural. We tell ourselves that. Not me though, you people. You make posts saying braids are immature, or you can't wear them for your wedding or your birthday, or you say that girls who wear their natural hairs are whitewashed, whatever that means, or you make fun of a celebrity for wearing a natural hair on her wedding day and saying, our edges are this and kinky and all of that. We are the ones that are doing the job that they started. We're finishing it. You know, they put a wool over your eyes, and even when they took them off because they were bored, you wouldn't open your eyes to see for yourself because you had become accustomed to walking in the dark. The socio-economic role of wigs. There is a hierarchy in the wig system, with synthetic being at the bottom and raw donor hair being on top. Women can now assume one another's class or status by the type of hair she wears. It separates the royalty from peasants. And if you know anything about humans, we live for hierarchies, especially when it's guaranteed that would be on top. So what's the solution? I'm not saying black women should not wear wigs or that all women that wear wigs hate themselves. Yes, I am aware that some do it for health purposes. Some have cancer or alopecia or other underlying health conditions. Yes. I think that we are being incredibly dishonest when we say, well, black people can have straight hair, so that's why I wear straight wigs. Black people do not have straight hair naturally. And before you pull a black and white photo of your great-grand stepmother with natural straight hair, remember that the exception does not negate the rule. No one is asking you to burn all your straight or human hair wigs, but to do an introspection on why you place hairs that belong on another race on a pedestal. Why is it never the same obsession with curly or kinky extensions that look like your actual hair? I think that switching up your look from time to time is great. No one wants to wear the same hairstyle all the time, but the moment it becomes needing a wig, not wanting one, and hiding your hair, not protecting it, it becomes an issue. I say I'm going to come back to the excuse that wigs are used for protecting your hair, and here's my hot take, okay? You're not protecting your hair if you wear wigs 365 days a year and never leave the house without a wig, okay? Again, I am not talking about people with hair conditions, you know, alopecia, you know, cancer and all of that. I'm talking about people who won't bother to take care of their own natural hair because, you know, they have wigs after all to fall back on. You say you're wearing wigs to protect your hair while simultaneously burning your hair out with the hot irons and the gels and the harsh chemicals. It's more like you are protecting the wig to the detriment of your own hair. You can wear those wigs while taking care of your hair and letting it flourish. You can wear those wigs without talking down on natural hair. There is a difference. Learn the difference. The proof of black women's unhealthy obsession with straight hair is all in the clip I showed earlier. Come on now, it's not just people undergoing chemotherapy or alopecia that are buying these wigs. No one is saying you shouldn't either, but I think we all need to look within ourselves. Wear your wigs, look good. But the obsession, the covetousness, the open salivating, the inferiority complex, the hair shame, these are the issues and not the wigs in of themselves. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching if you've made it this far into the video. And don't forget,
I love you.
also like and subscribe. Bye.